So, U.S. Office of Personnel Management Data Breach, No Routine Hack by Samantha Zumwalt. So, in this case study, it talked about the data breach that occurred in March of 2014 that resulted in up to 21.5 million stolen records. This hack revealed the poor management and technological errors that allowed for this breach to occur. There were many measures that could have been taken before this situation that would have made a hack on this scale much more preventable and easier to handle. So listen to describe the security and control weaknesses at OPM that are discussed in this case. So they had incomplete security authorization, so the way the employees would log into the system, weaknesses in testing information and security controls, inaccurate plan of action, so they didn't have a plan for if a hack did happen, how they would quickly and effectively handle it, and they had absence of mechanisms to detect outside intrusions. So they just didn't have the security in place that could detect these, like a hack on this scale, and be able to quickly handle it so that it didn't get up, lead to 21.5 million records being stolen. What management, organization, and technology factors are contributed to these problems? How much was management responsible? So they had outdated technology. They had vulnerable database systems, like the old technology database was very vulnerable, and they had a poorly written software, and they had weak management. So they didn't have a chief information security officer, and they didn't really have a lot of jobs or management directed towards security. So the weaknesses were pointed out to OPM before, so they are responsible for the hack, and they knew that they were vulnerable, and they could have updated technology and put proper management in place to avoid the hack, but also if it did happen, to be able to better handle the situation. What was the impact of the OPM hack? So this hack led to 21.5 million stolen records, which can impose problems for years to come. The hack has greatly impacted the structure of the company. So since the hack, there's been many precautions put into place to try to prevent this from happening again. So some of the preventions and the precautions they've taken is they've increased the IT modernization budget, so they're putting more money to better technology that can hopefully keep from a breach happening again. Information system security officers, so people actually looking over the security of OPM, and then cybersecurity officers. Is there a solution to this problem? Explain your answer. So it says in the text that this hack can cause problems for years to come. So I don't think there's any solution to the hack now, to that specific hack that happened, but there are ways to prevent this from happening in the future, and so basically there needs to be more management geared towards security, which they have done. So I think there isn't a solution, but there is prevention, and there are steps that they are taking and they need to take to prevent this from happening again. So my conclusion, so after the hack of OPM, OPM has realized the importance of sound management looking over the security. There has been advancements in technology to avoid a situation like this happening again, and there are also plans and actions to take to better handle a situation like this if it does happen. So a little update. So they have taken a lot of measures to, prevent this. And according to NPR, Cobert says cybersecurity has been amped up now at OPM under her watch. The agency now requires employees to use a two-factor authentication to log into their computers, meaning a password and a secure card. Employees can no longer access their Gmail accounts from their office computers, and OPM has also implemented new tools to detect malware. So they're just, taking the precaution to, they found their weaknesses and the weaknesses that led to this, and they're trying to, prevent, another breach. And a question to consider, is there a way to be sure that a hack like this will never happen again? So no, there's not a way to be 100% sure, because there's always going to be people hacking and, more updates to technology and, things like that. But, and there always will be computer security malfunctions, but with proper management, the situation can be handled much quicker and more efficiently. So another question to consider, what happened to the people who may have had their records stolen? So those whose data was stolen would be notified either via email or post and would be offered 18 months of free credit monitoring from CSID, a private company that provides identity and fraud protection.